And well, 5 hands were down, there's 3 hands still up there, including young Weston, and the guy said, well, who has actually made love to a ghost? Everyone drops their hand, like Weston's like, excuse me mate, have you actually made love to a ghost? It's like, shit boy, I thought you said goat.
For some reason, I don't know what's up.
Excuse me, Jacko, but we're following sheep. Things are probably going to go a little bit downhill from here, so we'll start with some nice things. Firstly, may I say how amazing the bridesmaids look, and could we please raise our glasses?
Yes,
Not to talk down the groomsmen as well. This for you guys. Damn! Even I like plus it on. Now I've known Bucko for a very long time, so I believe it's my duty to let you all into the background of this interesting specimen and tell you guys where he came from and how his unique character was developed. What I'm about to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is 96% fact and a wee 4% of bullshit and white lies. Before I go any further, if you're easily offended or are not partial to a lashing of slightly bad language and erotica, you might want to... On the 17th of January 1980, Glennis and Ross were blessed with the birth of the one we know as Blair Rodman Buckland. He spent the first part of his life growing up in the Kaitieki Valley, around 40 minutes south of Tauranga. Kaitieki, loosely translated into English, means cousins doesn't count. There are around 300 residents in the valley these days, with approximately 78 people between them. Driving down there reminds me of the theme song to the program Cheers that we used to all sing in the 80s. Sometimes you gotta go where everyone shares DNA.
Excuse me, that's me you're talking about.
We've only just started, sorry. The local schools in Tuga either actually has a docile 10 rating. Bucko and Christy came to stay with us last year. I actually said to Blair in a quite harsh way, I said, mate, I'm not coming to Fiji unless you come and meet my kids. So I said, yeah, right, okay, we can come down here for a visit. While he was down there, he decided he was going to take Christy down the valley to visit the family farm and have a DV draft for Ross, which I thought was a pretty awesome thing to do. He also told me how he was going to share some of his fondest memories of the valley with her too. Are you sure? I've always appreciated Bucko's honesty, and he didn't bend the truth at all when telling Christy about Brady Jean. They were driving around the farm, and Bucko stopped, quiet, looked over and said, "See that oak tree over there?" Christy's like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's right, you know, first made out with a girl." She's like, "Really? How old are you? 9? We do things young down the valley." She was his first love. Sorry, I've got myself on here.
Need the lights.
That's all right, I've got good writing, I'm just nervous. And Christy said, what happened afterwards? He said, well, you know, we lay with butterflies in our tummies, I stared deep into her eyes and I told her I loved her. What did she say? Well, said Bucko, she looked at me, took a deep breath and said, closer to town where I met the stripping young lad at Tureki Primary School. Tureki, in English, roughly translates to learn or bash you. We became friends pretty quickly and had similar interests in sports, women and gambling. We played footy and basketball together. As you can all imagine, this guy was good at anything he put his hand to, or on. I remember the first time I went out to his house, we were out by the pond and proceeded to shoot at fantails with his air rifle. Of course I didn't get one, but Bucks did. Many fond memories from that place. They had sleep out, the lads would accommodate for weekends at a time, getting up to the usual riff-raff, drinking rocket fuel with Nick with our parents. Sorry, Lee. Smoking cigarettes, reading motorsport magazines, listening to drum music, shooting crack, and just being goddamn cool as a kid. At the completion of primary school was when things changed forever. Blair moved up to the Big Smoke, Buckland, where he began his high school career at the one and only Buckland Grammar. The school motto is Vera Augusta et Augusta, which translated into English means, in order to become men, boys must patch it up in the showers. I've actually got the true blue thing here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a letter. This is a letter that Blair wrote to Regan, his cousin, when he was 13 years old. Sorry, mate. I'll pretend to be 13. To Regan. Hello, Regan. Cousin Blair here. Just thought I'd write and see what are the haps at Hamilton Girls. Things are great up here. How's school and everything going? Well for you, I hope. We hostel guys had a party with heaps and girls. Surf's up, man. Babes everywhere. Instead of me asking them for a dance, they asked me. So I now go with a girl called Rachel Gibson. Heard from Kathy yet? Tell me how she's getting on. Say hello to all your mates for me. Probably babes. Except for the disgusting Alana Patching. Truly, man, she needs a bullet. Anyway, right back. I'll write again in a couple of weeks. Ciao. Love from Blair Buckland. Now, all the Grammar responds to national legends such as Hamish Carter, Graham Henry, and Sir Red, but it has also produced its fair share of bullcrews, such as Martin Crowe, Matthew Ridge, Grant Fox, and of course Bucko's favourite, Doug Howlett. The first time he came home on the holidays, he couldn't stop saying how awesome this guy was. Good-looking, talented sportsman who was extremely loyal to the school motto. Blair had found someone he wanted to be like. Back in the earlier years, Blair used to come out and help me out on the farm. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. But I noticed a change in him. Went out at his house, we looked at his wardrobe, and he had two sides to his wardrobe, split right down the middle. On the left, his swanky seaboy gears, and on the right, the swan dry, the bush shirt, the ragged pants, and the work boots, rugged pants, and the work boots to fit in with the boys back home. It was this outfit he was wearing when I discovered him early one morning in the trusty old copper holder ute. After all, on the blue Hawaiian goon bags, had a Willie Bryans, stuck to the steering wheel with the best baked bean skew you'll ever see. I opened the door, tapped him on the shoulder, said, "Bucko, you right, mate?" He peeled his face off the wheel and he says, we got any piss left? We really knew he'd caught Aucklanditis. Went on a mission one night to the Glowworms, which is a place we always go back home and take strange down here. We're in Glence's car, had a bullet start, had a flat battery. Sweet ass guys, we'll just push start it. Bucko, mate, it's an auto. In the last decade or so, Bucko's been back home less times than the Blues crossed the try line last year. Bucko and coming home was likely a pair as Pat Lam in a successful coaching job. He didn't make it to my first ring because he had a really important footy match, which was okay. I thought, fair enough, he's very passionate about his go. My second winning, he could have named this a cricket game. I've got a very good cricket ball, by the way. Third time lucky, I thought, with a great girl. This is what I do line. Why can't you make it to my wedding this time, mate? I finally found the one. Remember that honesty I mentioned earlier? Bucko didn't even hesitate to tell me that he had a very important weekend plan, catching up with Dougie Howlett for a massage and a back seat and crack at Sparta Wine. I was very offended and told him that I didn't appreciate that he put getting a rub and Doug before my special day. Now to the nickname Pretty. Bucks managed to keep this name away, managed to get away with not letting any of us lads back at home know about this name for years. It slipped out from one of the boys up at the annual pilgrimages to the big day out. We pissed ourselves for about a good 15 minutes, and how could we not have figured that out? It all made sense after that, although whenever he comes back home down the line, which isn't very often, we don't call him Purdy because it sounds too much like Purdy. And if someone named Purdy is running around the streets of Taranui, they're highly likely to get kidnapped by someone from Kaiyiki down through complimented on the amount of teeth they have and told to squeal off a pig before they Time to be serious now. Christy, you've managed to nab yourself a bloody top bloke with a massive heart. I suppose he actually is quite pretty, isn't he? He certainly is today. He holds his mates in high regard, and I've always said that you can tell a lot about a fella by the company he keeps. All you people in here that we've managed to get to know over the last few days, mates that stick together and are strong even when dealing with golf club wielding, frog murdering yobbos. You've got a real competitive nature and a fighting spirit. You've been through some really difficult times over the last few years and pulled through bloody well. One of the most difficult situations I've encountered was seeing you in the hospital that day when you had your injury. I must admit I was holding back the tears that day because it wasn't right to see such a strong fella on his back out of action like that. But you pulled through. Glenn kept me posted on your progress, and then lo and behold, about a month or so later, you called me up cocky as ever, spouting on about how you wanted to drink some piss. And I also have to make mention of your dad, Ross. We all miss him a lot. He was a really good man. We put up with him and Glenn, put up with a lot of rubbish from us boys when we were in one of our teams. He always gave us really good advice and had a laugh with the boys. He had a really good sense of humour. He's really proud of you and Christy today, mate. And I know if he was here, he'd have been cutting shapes on the dance floor. And we all know he would have caned any of us in this room on that golf course too. He'd also probably be looking down having a chuckle saying something like, Jesus, Granny, talk some shit, don't you? All the best, guys, and may your new life together be like the misty rain, gentle coming in but flooding the river. Now, go forth and read.